Gender Roles in The Handmaid's Tale by Simon Clunder. The Handmaid's Tale is a novel written by Margaret Atwood about a woman named Offred, a handmaid in the totalitarian country of Gilead. In Gilead, women are not allowed to vote, have desires, or freedom. Instead, women are monitored closely by a police force called the Eye. They are used for their bodies and are required to have their commander's baby. The leaders of Gilead came to power when chemical spills reduced the population's fertility rate. This is why fertile women are only used to be mothers. Before the story begins, Offred has an affair with a married man named Luke. He divorced his wife and married Offred. They had a child together. They fled across the border with their daughter and attempted to take refuge in Canada, but were caught and separated from one another. Since then, Offred, Luke, and their daughter have not seen each other. Offred was brought back into Gilead, where she was forced into becoming a handmaid. Assassinating the president and members of Congress, the military plotted to declare themselves temporarily in control. Women were forbidden to own property and hold jobs due to the brutal suppression of their rights. I enjoyed this story because of how detailed and in-depth Margaret Atwood describes the life of the characters. She talks about Offred as if she is a real person with background and family. Also, I liked the way flashbacks were used to show the characters' backgrounds. But the main reason this story was fascinating was because of the way women were treated. Although they don't have to fear sexual assault anymore, they are stripped of their independence and freedom. A major theme of The Handmaid's Tale is how legally restricting women's reproductive freedom is. By trying to control and own women's fertility, the Gileadan state directly causes the suffering of Offred and the other handmaids. As an example, Gilead executes doctors who are known for performing abortions. At the same time, low fertility rates in Gilead are one reason for the sharp decline in birth rates. As a warning to us that figures in power will always be tempted to control women's bodies, The Handmaid's Tale describes how the reproductive function of women is a form of wealth. With a singular focus on the control of reproduction, Gilead's entire structure is designed to address the crisis caused by dramatically decreased birth rates. By subjugating women politically, the state assumes complete control over women's bodies. There are laws prohibiting women from voting, holding property, jobs, reading, or otherwise becoming independent or undermining their husbands and others in authority. Gilead may speak out in favor of women, but this subjugation creates a society where women are treated like subhuman. It's as if they are nothing more than a set of ovaries and a womb, just a reproductive organ. As Offred lies in the bath and ponders this thought, she reflects that she was once seen as an instrument of desire. Now she is just a mound of flesh surrounding a womb that needs to be filled with life for her to be helpful. To make women docile carriers of future generations, Gilead strives to rob them of their individuality. As Offred sits in the bathtub, she thinks to herself, "The mirror over the sink has been taken out and replaced by an oblong of tin, and the door has no lock, and there are no razors, of course. There were incidents in the bathrooms at first. There were cuttings and drownings." Some of the handmaids tried killing themselves because of the way they were treated. They were the servants to their commanders. Gender roles play a critical part in today's society as well. For example, as kids, boys are told that we have to be strong, tough, and that we aren't allowed to cry. On the other hand, girls are told that they can express emotions, and they grow up being told that they are the weaker sex. A study was done by the UK Children's Society where boys and girls were asked what the most crucial trait was to have. Both groups agreed on and said that looks were the most important. Girls also said being kind was important, and boys said being tough was important. Kids are told that they have to fit in with specific weights and heights at a young age. Gender roles play a big part in our everyday lives, and we don't even realize it. It plays an even more significant part in the novel The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This is a fantastic story that identifies the gender stereotypes and teaches us that society should try to break free of them.